Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Biz Chicks TV. This is a place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today I am here with Robin Shimizu. She's in the house. Woo! It's
You're
time
so
for
funny.
Happy Healthy Habits with Robin Shimizu and friends. And Robin's been on the road, and we are just so excited to have you in the building today. To
Thank
see
you,
your beautiful
Terry.
smiling face. You always are so cheerful and pleasant. And God is good. I just really enjoy these mornings when we get together. So with that, I'm gonna stop talking. First of all, I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, for those of you who don't know. And I want to give a shout out to my partner, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva, and we are the Biz Chicks. This is the Happy Healthy Habits with Robin Shamizu show, and we welcome you. And I want to introduce to some, present to others, Miss Robin Shamizu. Hey, Robin.
So happy to see you, Terry. It's been weeks since I've
Yes,
seen
it
you.
has.
Yeah,
Yes, it has. We've both been on the road, so it's good to be home.
it really is. It's really good to be home.
There's
Um,
no place like home.
Last night I was thinking about you guys and thinking, okay, so what's a good reminder of people for a healthy habit? Since I've
Mm,
been gone for so long, I feel like I'm starting brand new. So I thought we would just remind people today about how to keep their brain healthy. It's very, very simple. And it's stuff that people already know, but it's just a reminder of what we can do to keep our brain healthy because our guest today is actually going to help us keep our brain healthy. So I thought it would be kind of a nice recap of what we can do. So I found this really great article in WebMD, and there's only one, two, three, four, five, six things that we need to do, and we all know them, but I'm just going to go over them quickly. And then I thought, Terry, you and I could just kind of talk about what we do to keep our brain healthy. And the first one is to keep a healthy heart. So we're checking our blood pressure, we're just making sure that we're eating well for our health, for a healthy heart, right? Because that's the second thing, which is to eat as healthily as possible. And the third thing is to get plenty of sleep. And the fourth thing is to move your body. And the fifth thing is to try things that are new. So, all of those things together are just healthy lifestyle options, right? So, in terms of sleep, how are you doing on keeping your getting plenty of sleep, Terry?
I cannot. Um, attest to a good night's sleep last night. I
Mhm.
have a 3-year-old in the house who did not want to go to sleep, who did not want to do certain things, and was screaming at the top of their lungs. I'm like, what is this foolishness? And then I have three other grandchildren who were spending the night. So
Wow.
I had four grandchildren in the house and the baby screaming, and they have to get up to go to school. I was like,
That's a lot.
it's a lot. So fortunately, I get up really early. So I stayed in bed an extra hour because I just like I can't do it this morning. I need an extra
Good.
hour. So yeah, but that's an unusual situation. Usually I sleep very well. I have sweet sleep.
That's you're
Mhm.
blessed with that because a
I
lot of
am. I
people
really am.
can't sleep. So yay for you on in terms of getting plenty of sleep. And then tonight you'll be really super tired, so you'll get your sleep tonight, hopefully.
Yes, more than
Will
likely.
those children be gone?
No, they're staying through the weekend. So
Oh
yeah,
wow. Okay.
but it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. I
You
can
had
take a
to,
nap today.
that's right. While they're at school.
Yes, while they're at school.
And then
Oh.
the other thing that's really important is for us to remain social.
Mm,
So to be as social as possible, and during the pandemic, I think that was really hard on people, and I think that's why a lot of people had a hard time with the pandemic because they're used to being social and they were
Hmm.
prevented from being social. So I found myself kind of withdrawing during the pandemic, and now I'm forcing myself to get out. So yeah, so the fifth thing is to try to be as social as possible and make yourself interact. And so you've got grandchildren. That
Yes,
really helps.
it does because they've got activities that keep inviting me to. And I'm like, okay, do I want to sit out in the cold on a football bleacher? I mean, I already did that with my kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hmm. And tomorrow is my birthday. So I'm like, I do not want to spend my birthday on a football bleacher. Okay, but hey, I'll
Oh
do it.
wow. Your birthday. Yay.
So I'm like,
I'm
oh
glad
my
you're home
goodness.
for your birthday.
Yes, I'm going to celebrate with my grandchildren. Oh my goodness.
And the last thing I want to talk about is trying something new because this is what we're going
Mhm.
to talk about with Lawana. Have you tried anything new lately for your brain health, like taking on a new hobby or anything like that?
You know what new for me was I hadn't had my sewing machine out in a very long time.
Mhm.
And I took it out the other day and actually, created some things, something new. And while it's something that I've done before, but creativity is always new. And
Yes.
so that really fed my spirit. I mean, it makes me smile. The thought that someone is going to put this on and just, know that they look gorgeous and confident. I I could go on, but I shall not.
That's great. So you're getting ready for the event then, for the
Yes.
Calvary event coming up in November.
Yes,
Yay!
for Wisdom from Above, yeah, on November 12th
We'll
with
have to
Dr. Benny
remind
Bernard.
people at the end of the show to tune into that because that's
Yes.
exciting. Yay!
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
Well, let's bring on Lawana. And, Lawana Parker's been with us several times in the past, and I call her our journaling guru.
Mhm.
But Dr. Lawana Parker teaches us how to put down our thoughts down on paper and to use those thoughts to help us deal with our stress and deal with things that are bothering us. And so I call her our journaling guru. Let's bring Dr. Parker on and she can tell us about this 10 seconds of courage that she's going to teach us about today.
Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Good
Dr.
morning.
Parker.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. This has been a marvelous week. I'm excited to be perfectly cheerful. Looking forward to next year.
Oh, good. Well,
Well, tell us about that.
Well, I've already started my plans. I probably should have started earlier, but for me, hey, I'm starting early because normally I wait till the year gets here and then I start thinking
mhm,
about what I want to do. So I've got my plans laid out for next year, and one of
mhm,
those things is I'll have 4 opportunities next year for people to speak on my platform. So that's exciting. I had
mhm,
2 this year, and they will turn out pretty good. Um, then I have a new program. Well, it's not a new program, but it's still the journaling, but it's incorporating creative writing. And I have it laid out in a more uniform manner than before. So that's exciting as well. Um, yeah, doing new things. I love that because you're right. It helps keeps you young. Um, and I plan on being around for a long time. So,
likewise.
oh yeah. Oh, yes, me and the Lord have talked, and I'm
Mhm.
holding him to my 120.
120 with health. Yes. Mhm.
Mhm. Okay,
So,
well, you mentioned about my 10 seconds of courage.
yes, ma'am.
Well, to be perfectly truthful, I just learned about this, some techniques that you can use because, they're always talking about, well, everything you want is just on the other side of fear. And that's all sounds nice, and it's
Mhm.
true. I, I know those times when I push myself to go beyond and go ahead and do what I wanted to do, it's like, oh, what was I afraid of? you know, but it's hard to get on the other side of fear. So I
Mhm.
ran across this article and I thought it was very interesting. So I want to share it with you. And because I haven't had time to really dig into it, you're going to see me reading from my notes. All right. So don't hold that against me. Okay, so one of the things I've learned is that for you to stretch and find your inner brave action, uh, you have to overcome your insecurities and keep procrastination out of the way. Because that's one of the things that fear does to us, make us put it off because we don't want to try, we don't want to fail.
You know, you are so correct about that. It will make you put, oh, well, I'll put that at the bottom of the list, or I'll do it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And I've been guilty of that many times. And so the key is to realize that you have a choice.
Mm.
You can always put it aside, as you just said. And most of us tend to do that. We don't want to tackle
Yes.
that. We don't want to fail. Or you can grab the bull by the horn and say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do this now and get it out of the way.
Mm,
So,
mhm.
what exactly is 10 seconds of courage? Well, the idea behind 10 seconds of courage is that you only need a brief moment to take action on something that scares you.
Ah.
And this could be anything from asking for a raise at work to going on a first date. You know, for young people, the first time they go out on a date, even adults sometimes meet someone and you're kind of nervous about whether or not you should accept that date or go out with that individual.
Mm.
And it doesn't matter how big or small the action is. What matters is that you're taking action in spite of your fear. And that's the big one of the big keys, as far as I'm concerned, is just taking the action. Because I have found for myself personally, uh, for example, when I did that first event this year, the year's almost over. I keep saying last year, but this year, I'll tell you, I was really nervous and scared about that because I
Mhm.
kept thinking, well, who's going to come? If I'm going to do all this work and nobody's going to show up. Well, I was totally wrong. People did show up, and it turned out to be very successful, which led me to doing another one. And that's the thing about taking that action, facing that fear, and having the courage to just go ahead and do it. Because once you do it and you realize, well, this wasn't bad. It wasn't like
Mhm.
I thought it was going to be. So you're ready to go again for something else, even. So that's one of the things that holds so many people back, and I really feel bad when I hear somebody miss out on something because of the fact that they fear the results.
Mm.
And that's
Mhm.
and you know what? That's something else. Most people fear a failure.
Uh-huh.
Okay, it's not going to work. But there are those who fear it's going to succeed. And what am I going to do next? How do I equal or
How
top
do I
that?
handle success? Yes.
Right, right.
Mhm.
And so you've got it coming at you both ways depending on who you are. I remember years ago I wrote this Halloween story, and it
Mhm.
was published in an anthology. And I was so excited about that book. I mean, my stories in with some other people's stories, and it was exciting. But then fear set in. Fear said, "You can't do it again. It'll probably fail. It won't be as good. You're gonna mess up. So don't even bother." And I'm
Mm.
serious. It really happened, and it was years before I would try to write again because I was afraid I would not equal what I had done, or it would turn out that it would be something so bad, and I'd be so embarrassed. So I just shoved it aside. Not gonna do it, and it holds people back.
Oh my.
Keeps us from going after the things that we truly want to, all because we're afraid we're not going to succeed a second time. Yeah.
Mm.
So, anyway, one of the things is to work with a coach. Now, we've all heard about working with coaches, and you have to be
Mhm.
careful about who you select as your coach. You want to make sure that it's someone who is doing what you want to do and have succeeded at it. They don't have to
Okay.
be somebody who's way up there, but they do have to be above what you are so that they
Mhm.
can help bring you along. So a coach is someone who wants to help you stretch and find your inner brave action. And a coach is not going to be upset if you actually just go beyond them, because sometimes you can learn from a coach, but all of a
Mhm.
sudden you realize you're beyond where the coach has gone because the coach hasn't moved. So anytime you're coaching someone, you always want to try to stay ahead of your client, but
Mhm.
on occasion it does happen, and it's okay if you say I'm ready to move on. There are more things that I need to do, and just go. Don't don't uh, don't stick with a coach when you know that it's not giving you what you need, because they're supposed to help you stretch. They want to see you grow, and they should be excited to know that they pushed you to where you're at. And
Mhm.
if you handle it right, they're going to give you a testimonial. So that means more people are going to come to you. So working with a coach is great, but you have to keep in mind that working with a coach is a commitment, and that commitment is both financially and time. So be prepared for that. The second thing is that you can invest into a community. Get involved
Okay.
with some of the things going on in your community. In fact, if more of us did that, and I'm including myself, because it's been years and years since I attempted to do something like that, but it helps us to know what's happening in our community, and perhaps sometimes we can put a stop to things that are
Mhm.
not good for the community if we catch it in the early stages. It's difficult to make changes when things grab a hold. They get their webs entangled into the community, and others are fearful, while the ones who may be causing a problem are certainly enjoying themselves. So you want to be involved in your community and do whatever you can to help support it. And that can be anything. It could be just helping with senior citizens, or being
Mhm.
a mentor to a young person, or just anything that will help your community to be a better place. Because when you do that, you also grow. And
Mhm.
that's what we want to do. We all want to grow. And I strongly believe that one of the reasons we're here is to help one another, to serve each other, to make for a better world. And that's one way of doing it. Now, a third way is to take part in challenges.
Oh, oh no, not the challenges.
Oh, yes, the challenges. The first time I took part in a challenge, well, actually, both challenges were had to do with blogging, and I was challenged to do 30 days consecutive blogging.
Mhm.
And I thought, oh my God, that every day? I don't think I can do every day, but I stuck with it anyway,
Mhm.
and it worked fine. But the thing of it is, when I completed that, I didn't think about, did I want to continue blogging or not? And I did decide, yeah, I do, but I really don't have the time. So it was like, blog today. Ah, 2 weeks. I got to write another blog.
Oh my goodness.
So I wouldn't call it blogging because it was hit and miss. But then COVID came along, and I decided to do another 30-day challenge. Only this time, once the 30 days was up, I stuck with it. And I
Mm.
find that I like doing the blogging now. I
Okay.
do it every day, and I'm over 800 consecutive blogs up posts up now. So I'm just
Wow.
feeling very excited about that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So taking
Mhm.
part in challenges can be frustrating, but they can
Okay.
also be very rewarding depending on the challenge that you accept. And I encourage you to find something that you would like to be challenged at,
Mm-hmm.
and make sure that whoever you're dealing with, it could be a group thing, but whatever it is, you want to make sure that it's something that you're going to be interested in. You have to have some interest, otherwise it's no good. And right now, my one of my clients has actually challenged me. We were writing, or we are writing, I should say. Um, she's doing another book that she's going to publish on Amazon, and
Mm-hmm.
I had three different things I'm working on. So she has challenged me to take on one of those and finish it by the 19th of next month. So I
Okay.
said, well, I'm supposed to be challenging you, not the other way around. But nevertheless, it's kind of fun. So find something that you're interested in and get someone who will challenge you, and they're going to be truthful and make you stick to it, you know, to give you that kind of support, cheer you on, because we all need that. We all need to be cheered. We all need to
Yes,
know
we
that
do.
somebody cares what we do and how we handle it. So, anyway, let me go on to the next one because I don't want us to run out of time. I should have six of these. The fourth one is to ask someone to dare you. Now, that's pretty much the same as to me as challenging, but they have separated. Uh, what the person who wrote this said was that if your insecurities are keeping you stuck and you're procrastinating trying to take on any big moves, then you need someone who you can trust that will help you strategize and shove you out there, so to speak, to
Mm.
actually do uh, whatever it is that you decide you're going to do. Um, yeah, and I was thinking about that, and I'm trying to think what is it that I really have a great fear for that I probably need someone to push me. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to give that
Hmm.
some thought because I know I have some. We all have fears, and anyone that says they don't, well, I won't say the L word, but that's what they're doing. They're not telling the truth, okay?
Okay.
Because even the most wealthy person has some fears,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you invest huge amounts of money and you want not only to make back the money you put in, but you want a good return on that. And so you're
Yes.
taking risks sometimes that we down here would say, "Oh, I wouldn't do that." So for
Mm.
them, that's a big scary thing, and they have to force themselves as well to do take it risks and things. And I'm so glad that people like that do that because we wouldn't have all the conveniences we have today if someone hadn't. So anyway, keep in mind that anyone should be. You can have anyone that could be an I dare you buddy,
Mm.
but you want somebody who always has your interest in mind. They're not going to. Oh, see, I didn't think you could do it because
Mm.
you may not succeed. Doesn't mean you fail. Just means that the way you attempted it didn't work. So think of another way and try it another way, or maybe it wasn't really something you were interested in. But don't select buddies who are going to make comments that leave you feeling like you wasted your time, uh, shouldn't have done it, and you always want to come out on the winning end, even when you don't complete what you're doing. It's the action that you took that makes you the winner. So my thing is, all right, so I didn't finish it, but at least I made a good faith effort in trying to do it, and
There
that's
you
what
go.
counts. So now five, it says lean into accountability. Again, I don't know why these three were separated because they're all kind of tie in together, as far as I'm
Mm-hmm.
concerned. Uh, Having someone who is going to be there to hold you accountable for things you say that you're going to do. And when you say you're going to do something, don't take on so many tasks that it becomes almost impossible for you to succeed. Take on something that you really need someone to be there to hold you accountable for. And the smaller ones, you can pretty much do them without having somebody nagging you, as I would probably think. Nagging me. Okay, I know I said I'm gonna do it. I'll do it. Don't worry about it. I know I have to have it by a certain date.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But a good accountability person is invaluable because um, I remember years ago when I was in a mastermind group, and each week we set a goal for what we wanted to accomplish that week. And when
Mm-hmm.
we would come back the next week, nobody in that group wanted to come back and say, "Oh, I didn't do
I
it."
did. Yeah.
You know? You wanted to come back and say, "Yes, I did it," and when I finished that, I went on to do such and such a thing. And
Yes.
it's a great thing to be a part of. This was back before mastermind was a popular thing back in the 90s. So uh, that was a great group, and I think about them often. Wonder where everyone. Well,
Yes.
we
Mm-hmm.
lost one of the people who was in that group,
Mm.
but the others I often wonder where did they spread out to? Did they achieve the goals that we set for ourselves back then? So anyway, and the final one is number 6, and it talks about books, podcasts, and videos. And it's the whole purpose of that is to consume inspiring information.
Mm.
You books. Now it's true. I'm a huge romance fan. I read those all the time. But there are books that help lift you up and inspire you to greater things. And uh, I encourage you to read some of those books because there are people who have gone through some of the same things that you have, and they're sharing information on how they accomplished overcame their obstacles. And some of those can help you. You might pick up
Mm.
the very book of the person who's went through the exact same thing that you went through, and even if you don't necessarily use their exact steps, it
Uh-huh.
might trigger something that you think, oh, that worked for them, but I need to do it this way and see if it works for me. There's nothing wrong with taking what somebody else has given you and expanding on it for your own benefit. So, and anyway, these are the 6 things that we talk about uh, to help you in the 10 seconds of courage, because the 10 seconds is actually just making a decision to go ahead and do it. All right.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Dr. Parker.
Oh,
We
you're welcome.
really
You're welcome.
appreciate you. And we hope that everybody will take their 10 seconds of courage, take a deep breath, and do it anyway.
Absolutely. And if anyone would like a copy of this more in depth report, just email me and put in the subject line 10 seconds of courage, and I'll send a copy over to you.
Okay, we're going to put your information in the chat here. I'm putting in your information on how to find your blog. And then while you and Robin are talking, I'm going to also put in your Facebook page. Did you want to tell us about the event that you have coming up?
Well, it's not my event, but I am one of the panelists at the uh,
Okay.
Living the Dream 2022.
Uh
And I
huh.
can say, yes, this has been for me a dream year. Um, I've done so many things that I put off in the past out of fear. Uh, but it's been an exciting year, and I encourage anyone to come. It also in the chat are some of the things that you would receive from attending the event, and the tickets are only $30, which is a small investment for what you're going to receive that day. So I'm encouraging people to come and attend it. There's some wonderful speakers that are going to be there today. And as I say, I'll be one of the panelists. I'm not actually giving a speech that day, so you get a little break from me.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen here. Just a moment, guys. And I believe that this is the event that you are talking about. Am I correct?
Yes, it is. That's it.
Okay. So go
It's
ahead and tell us about it.
well, Dr. Patricia Rogers is the host of this event, and she's celebrating the end of the year. She's actually done six of these events, and she's excited about it because they've all been successful for number one, and she's helped so many people have the opportunity to speak in front of a group of that they otherwise might not have been able to reach. It helps them grow. It helps the audience to uh, take note of something that might be of interest of them, so that they
Mm-hmm.
can contact the people there. One of the things that you will receive when you buy your ticket is a copy of the event. But also, if you're an entrepreneur, the most valuable thing that she's providing you with is a list of the attendees' email. And I say that because uh, you, if you're in business, you need to have a list. You need to be able to grow that list so you have more people that you can reach out to, and you never know which one of them may be the one that really needs a service or product that you provide. So I'm excited about being in it. This is my, I think, fourth time that I've been a part of her event. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Very exciting, and she's a very lively lady, and um, I just really like being a part of the things that she does because she's so energetic,
Mm-hmm.
and she's just full of life, and she loves to share things. So yeah, it's a great opportunity, and I definitely want to encourage you to be a part of that.
Okay, well, I'm looking at the page and it says that we can become a part of this by going to livingthedream 2022.eventbrite.com,
Hmm.
or we can phone 470-855-7845 for ticket information. And it says tickets are $30. Am I
Hmm.
correct?
Yes, they are.
All right.
Hmm.
And this, it says September the 20th, but I don't think that's the correct
No,
date.
that was the for people who purchased tickets early. You had until September the
Oh,
20th to
that was
get
an
the
early
tickets.
bird price. Early bird.
Right. That
Okay.
was the early bird price. Uh-huh.
Okay. And then it's going to take place October 29th from
Hmm.
11 to 6 Eastern Standard Time.
Which is 8 hour time.
8 a.m. They're 3 hours ahead of us, guys, here on the West Coast. So,
Yes, they
and it
are.
is a virtual event.
Yes, it is.
Beautiful,
Hmm. And
beautiful,
Dr.
beautiful.
Rogers just got back from Paris. She went over to Paris to speak.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm sure she's
Congratulations,
going to
Dr.
share
Rogers.
some of that information with us that day. But yeah, she was invited to come over there to speak, and so um, she is now officially an international speaker.
All right. W- We are so glad that you are a part of that. We saw your picture over there on the website. We also want people to know that you can contact Lawana at Lawana Speaks. And let me see if I can get this. Let me see if I can share my screen and go here and show this real quick. I think it's this one. Yes. Okay. Can you see that, guys? Lawana says, speak, read, write. Lawana speaks. Lawana Parker. Also, I put your contact information in the chat, in the comments, so people can find it. And we just want to thank you so much, Dr.
Uh,
Parker, for being a part of Biz Chicks community. And I'm
Thank
going to
you.
turn
It's
it
always a
over.
pleasure to come on here. So thank you so much for inviting me.
Robin.
Well, I just wanted to say that, Lawana, I have attended your events in the past with Dr. Rogers, and they are so dynamic. It almost, you have to sit there and just, there's just so much energy that comes through the screen, and it's amazing. So I do encourage people to, if you haven't attended one, you need to attend at least one just to check it out for
Mhm.
sure. And you learn a lot because there's a lot of people that are just great coaches on there.
Mhm.
And the other thing I wanted to say, Luana, is I watched you this last year, and you have done so much for your business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, just everything just seems to be coming together, and I want to congratulate you on that, because you
Thank
have your
you.
blog and you, anyway, so that's one. And the last thing I wanted to say is I loved this line that you had: you may not have succeeded, but you did not fail. And I really like that it's true. Just because you tried and it didn't work exactly, you still didn't fail, you still won because you did it, right? So
Very
I
good.
Exactly.
really like that line. I'm going to have that one circled and starred, and I'm going to remember that. That was really helpful for me.
There's another one I heard this week from Tim Ward, and he said, opportunity knocks at the door, but it doesn't work unless you open it.
Mm.
So
Mm.
I thought that was pretty good too. So
Yep.
yeah, it's often things will come our way, but we don't see it. We don't take advantage of it, and so it just passes us by.
Or
But
you,
thank you
or
so much. Mhm.
as you started out, you could be afraid, right?
Mm.
Mhm.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Fear can keep us from doing the things we need to do.
Hmm.
Well,
Oh, in my book, I had written, "Fear came knocking at my door. I opened it and said, 'Come on in.'"
Oh,
Then I couldn't get it to go to leave. It entrenched itself. It didn't want to leave my house. It took a lot of work to force it out and just step outside my comfort zone and do some of the things I really wanted to do. So, yeah, this has been a very exciting year, and I hope it has for others as well. Um, I stepped out for the first time. I say for the first time because I've gone to store gas, that kind of stuff. But I actually went to a conference in Southern California, and it was truly, truly exciting. It wasn't big like it had been in the past. In the past, I've gone and there have been anywhere from 500 to 800 people. We had
mm-hmm.
about 100 this time, but it was so much better,
Mm.
so much better. And I just had a great time there. I learned a lot, and so yeah, it's good to get back out.
I think that
congratulations.
this is the year that people are going to want to gather. I know the Biz Chicks is going to start their meetups back in again in person in January. So we
Yeah.
look forward to that.
Okay,
so, so
okay.
so stay tuned, and we'll keep you informed about when and where. And in the meantime, Dr. Parker, we thank you for all that you do for us. We want to thank Robin for finding such talented guests who bring such opportunities to us. If you have any questions for Dr. Parker, be sure to contact her through her email. And in addition to that, if you're looking to book an appointment with her, I put her Calendly in the chat so that you can see that and book an appointment to talk to her one on one. She says, I don't see the information in the chat. Okay, so let me do it again. Our Facebook user says they don't see her information. So let me make sure that that happens. I'm going to put
I'm on the Facebook and I see it,
you see it? Okay.
but
The calendar,
I don't see the
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 event.
announcement for the meeting, Living the
Okay,
Dream.
so let me see if I can copy that and put that in the chat.
Good.
There it is. Living the Dream 2022. Do you see it now? There's a little delay.
Okay.
Her information is not in the chat. Okay. This
Okay, well,
Facebook.
they can follow my Facebook page if they'll
Okay,
find it
so
over there.
also here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it up on the screen and they can take a screenshot.
There you
There's
go.
more there's more than one way to skin this
Eh,
cat.
Everyone right.
Okay. I'm going to do this. Hold on, guys. This is for this so you can see living the dream. You can take a screenshot of that. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go back and get the link for Luana Parker's Facebook page. You can send her a message over there. We are not leaving here without you being able to contact Dr. Luana. There you
Yeah.
go.
Thank you.
Yes, because she is always so gracious to come and spend time with us. We want to make sure that you are able to benefit from her expertise. And I'm going to put up her Calendly on the screen just to make sure. And you'll be able to take a screenshot of that. Okay. All righty, guys.
All right. So
Okay.
thank you. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. You're
It's there.
welcome. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. So, Rama, can you tell us a little bit about who we can expect next week?
Next week, we have Linus Wood Mullins with us. So it'll
Mm,
be fun to catch up with Linus and see what she's been up to. I know she's been up to a lot. So
mm-hmm,
it'll
mm-hmm.
be fun. I think I just saw that she had a new grandbaby. So,
Oh, praise God.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
my,
Precious.
oh my goodness.
All my
Okay.
grandbabies are adults.
Praise God. Okay. Well, I'm
So
going to have to.
anyway, we have Linus, and she's a coach, and she is just filled with information. So I don't know what she's going to bring for us next week, but I'm sure it'll be really, really helpful.
To God be the glory. Well, I'm excited for her and I look forward to us talking to her. And I hope that you guys were able to get all the information you needed to contact Dr. Parker. If not, give us a ring over here at Biz Chicks. And remember, guys, it's okay to make money in your business. Now, if you're looking to find the money in your business or find more money in your business, you can contact us over here at Biz Chicks. You can join the Biz Chicks community by simply texting biz to 33777, or you can get a hold of us through bizchicks.net. We'd love for you to join the Heartbeat community and become a part of the Biz Chicks family. With that, we want to remind you it's okay to make that money in your business. So go to the front of your own line. Don't be scared, right, Dr. Parker?
Absolutely.
Don't
Kick
be
that
scared.
fear in the face and keep going.
Keep going. So, with that, we'll see you next week. And we'll be here tomorrow talking about tech in English. Same time. Bye bye, everyone.